Mini episode 79 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by DOU Productions, delivering coverage of sports and pop culture through columns, live blogs, and original videos. Follow them on the web at generationchatter.blogspot.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode number 79 of the FDH Lounge and our presentation of the FantasyDraftHelp.com Insider in this format after 8 seasons on our previous platform. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with a look at the mystery men and single league studs of the 2012 fantasy baseball season. This segment will be the first one over the next couple of weeks, serializing our forthcoming draft guide, Fantasy Baseball Draftology 2012, which will be available in mid-March at FantasyDraftHelp.com. Let's take a look at those definitions first. First, the mystery men. Every year we compile what we call the Experts Draft Board, a compilation of the rankings of many of our leading peers in the industry. Those rankings are primarily used to find contrasts with our own board, and they unearth the players we consider to be undervalued and overvalued for the coming season. We'll have those lists for you right here in the coming weeks. But the Experts Draft Board also turns up another interesting nugget, namely, the players with a wide range of opinion by the industry touts. These are the ones that are going to be the hardest to predict where they will go in your draft or auction, because they're liable to go either higher or lower than you expect based on the sources utilized by your league mates. The other category we will hit today will be the single league studs. These are the players who are worth much more in single league formats because of scarcity at the position they play. In a moment, the mystery men and single league stars of Fantasy Baseball 2012. Folks, you're listening to the FantasyDraftHelp.com Insider.
Tattoo on the lower back. Might as well be a bullseye.
Okay, let's start with the mystery men. Again, these are the players who are all over the board on the leading industry magazine and website draft boards this year, and their perceived value is by far the least transparent of any players in the field. There are no first baseman, second baseman, or third baseman who fit this criteria. There is one catcher, J.P. Arancibia, and one shortstop, Emilio Bonifacio. Emilio also shows up on that list in the outfield. Speaking of outfielders, the next one to mention is Ryan Braun, and it won't surprise you to know that the primary reason his perceived value is in such flux is because several leading magazines actually went to press before his suspension was announced. Imagine that. Others in the outfield include Lance Berkman, Adam Jones, Carlos Beltran, Drew Stubbs, Nick Markakis, Jason Hayward, Brent Gardner, Ichiro, and Ben Zobrist. Starting pitchers include Ricky Romero, Jordan Zimmerman, Josh Johnson, and Adam Wainwright, and the closers are Carlos Marmol and Sergio Santos. Now for our list of single league studs. Most years, the American League and National League have parity at one or two positions at least, but not 2012. Every position is tilted to one league or the other. When the talent pool at a position is shallower in one league than the other, the top-level players are worth even more because of the laws of supply and demand. So let's see how the positions shake out this year. The AL is deeper at catcher, first base, second base, and third base. So these top NL players stand out even more. At catcher, Brian McCann, Buster Posey, and Miguel Montero. At first base, Joey Votto, Lance Berkman, and Michael Morse. At second base, Dan Uggla, Chase Utley, and Ricky Weeks. At third base, Hanley Ramirez, Ryan Zimmerman, Pablo Sandoval, and David Wright. The NL has the deeper pool at shortstop, outfield, starting pitcher, and closer. So the AL single league studs are as follows. At shortstop, Asdrubal Cabrera, J.J. Hardy, and Johnny Peralta. In the outfield, Jose Bautista, Curtis Granderson, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Josh Hamilton. At starting pitcher, Justin Verlander, Felix Hernandez, Jared Weaver, Dan Herron, and David Price. At closer, Mariano Rivera and Joakim Soria. So there's your mystery men and single league studs for this fantasy baseball season. In the weeks to come, we'll continue serializing the features in Fantasy Baseball Draftology 2012, which will be available in mid-March on FantasyDraftHelp.com. Thanks for checking us out. Go break off a little value on your opponents in fantasy sports, and be sure to sample our other Nothing is Off-Topic mini episodes, including our recent conversation with rock superstar Steve Perry from the FDH Lounge.